welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing if you haven't already and turn on your notification button so it notifies you every time I post a video. Today I'm going to show you how to make chili. I feel like chili is such a classic for this time of year. You know, the weather starts to cool down a bit. We have football season coming on, so I feel like it's perfect if you want to feed a crowd with a few ingredients. The only thing, it does take a little bit of time, but it's kind of, you know, you just put it there on your back burner and you let it be. With all of that being said, let me show you what you're gonna need so we can get started. Here I have some ground beef, red kidney beans that I rinsed and drained, some beef stock, onion, red pepper, garlic, olive oil, tomato paste, diced tomato, salt, cornstarch, and my chili seasoning.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is chop our onion and red bell pepper. You only need half the red bell pepper, full onion, and you also want to mince your garlic. So I am going to go ahead and prep all of my veggies, and then we're going to meat over at the stove so we can start cooking. I am going to be making the chili in my Dutch oven, but of course any big pot will do, and I preheated it to medium high. Okay, now I'm just going to add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to let that preheat for a little bit more before we add the ground beef. Oil is now ready and I'm adding the ground beef, and I just want to cook this through until it's nice and brown in color. And with a spoon, I'm just going to be breaking it apart so we don't have any big chunks and everything can cook nice and evenly. So I'm just going to let this cook, and then we're moving on into the next step. The meat is finally how I want it, and now I am going to add the onions and garlic along with the red peppers. I'm going to stir this very quickly so everything is nice and incorporated, and I am going to let it cook until the red peppers are nice and tender and the onions are translucent. My meat is looking great, and I'm adding the tomato paste along with a generous amount of salt. Obviously you wouldn't want to add too much salt now, since we are letting the chili cook for a long time. Once the liquid evaporates, the flavors will concentrate a lot more. So make sure you add some salt now, but try it at the end once it's done cooking and see if it needs a little more salt to your liking. It's better to add less salt and add the right amount at the end than adding too much salt and ending up with a salty chili. Now I'm adding the kidney beans, diced tomatoes, chili seasoning, and remember in the written recipe you will find exactly how much I used of everything, but of course you can use your favorite store-bought chili seasoning. And last but not least, your beef broth. Okay, we're going to give this one last good stir, put on the lid, and cook this on medium low for 2 to 2.5 hours.
My chili is looking great. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half. And now I am going to add the cornstarch Slurpee. And it's gonna help the sauce get nice and thick. But now I'm going to partially cover it so some of the water can reduce a little faster and it can get nice and perfect. Okay, so the chili is done cooking. It was cooking for exactly 2 hours and 10 minutes. It is nice and thick and delicious. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like now. I did give it a little try for seasoning. I ended up adding a little more salt because it needed a tiny bit more salt. And now we are going to give this a little test. Let me show you what it looks like. Look at that consistency and color. It looks amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plate it. Do a big scoop right in there. I don't like my chili on the liquidy side. I like it thick, exactly how it looks right now.
I like to top my chili with freshly shredded cheddar cheese. I also like to do potato chips, especially Fritos. Oh my god, that's heaven. I also like to add sour cream. You can do fresh jalapenos, whatever you want. And a sprinkle of cilantro right on top. It makes it look nice and taste delicious. Now the moment we all been waiting for, the taste test. This is literally perfection. It's everything you want your chili to be. It has so many different spices all in one, and then the sour cream on top. It just kind of cools down the heat from the chili. Mine has the perfect amount of heat. Of course, if you like yours a little more spicy, add a little more cayenne pepper, but for me, this is perfection. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.